Good afternoon, YouTube viewers and subscribers. On my table today are a couple of engines that just arrived that I purchased from a good friend of mine. I think he got these at a swap meet and they were looking for a new home, so I was happy to provide them with one. Now these two engines are pretty classic OS engines. The first one here I'll show is an old 25 FP engine that, as you can see, is in need of some serious cleaning, which this will be one of those engines that I clean up. Show the cleaning of it in my LA's Totally Awesome and the Ultrasonic. This engine dates back to 1984, at least that's when it was released to the market. I don't know how long the production run was, but I had a 25 FP fairly recently, and I sent it to a friend of mine in Germany, and I kind of love that little engine, so when I got the opportunity to get another one, I kind of jumped at it because they're really cool little engines. So I'm going to be doing a disassembly of this and a cleanup video, and then of course we'll be running this thing. So the next engine here is another classic engine that I've never really had before, and it's a 32SX. This is an engine that came out in 1995, I believe, and I think this was about the time the FX series of engines came out, but this is different. This is the SX. How it's different, I'm not sure, other than maybe it's just a purpose designed for combat applications, and I think that's primarily how this was used. It looks kind of like it's got like this helicopter type throttle arm on it, where it's really long and the low speed needle is really far recessed in there. But this engine, it's got, man, really good compression. I might go ahead and disassemble, at least take the head off and the rear cover off, and inspect the inside of this engine before I actually try to run it, because it's got really good compression, but yet it's pretty dark on the inside of the housing here, the exhaust, but yet the piston doesn't look dark. So I'm kind of curious as to how much runtime it's got. Now, it came with this Max muffler, and I had the option to just say I didn't want the Max muffler, but I figured, what the heck, I'll take it with the Max muffler and kind of maybe do some comparisons with it and this, which is the stock exhaust that came with this engine. Now, this just so happens to be an exhaust that a new friend gave to me with some other parts, and you can see it's kind of discolored here. It's because this was actually an exhaust that I used as part of an experiment to test the orange or the citrus LA's Totally Awesome versus the regular LA's Totally Awesome. I don't know, those of you that watch my channel a lot will remember that. It was probably a month or so ago when I did that, because somebody on a RC Groups thread was saying how they thought Totally Awesome, the one I use, the yellow one, discolors metal, but it was actually the orange one that did it. So that's why this exhaust looks like that. But it is an E3030, which is the exhaust that came with this engine. So even though it doesn't look all that great, I do have a stock exhaust for this engine. So these will be some upcoming run videos, and of course this 25 FP I'm probably going to go ahead and just take apart right now and throw it in the cleaner and see if I can get this thing cleaned up. Since this is one of the earlier ones, or I'm hoping it is, I want to see if it's got the cast iron piston or not, or if it's from that time when they had already changed them over to the aluminum piston. But that's a quick look at some things that arrived in the mail today.